Hi, my name is Tyler Stillman, and I am the instructor of this online class. I want to introduce myself a little bit. My background, my educational background, is in psychology, in particular psychology as it relates to the world of business. I have degrees from the University of Utah and the Florida State University. Go Seminoles. I also have a good bit of business experience, and I'll be discussing that kind of over the course of the semester. So why make a videotaped introduction and make you look at my face? The answer is that students seem not to like online classes when you compare it to the in-person version of the class. So if you look at teaching evaluations that students provide for classes, same instructor, same class, higher for the in-person version as compared to the online version. And it's not just student evaluations of the class. Average grades are lower in online classes compared to in-person. Again, same instructor, same class, there's a gap there. I'm not trying to talk you out of this class. I'm explaining why you are looking at a video. My hunch is that students come to perceive the instructor as not really a person, more a name on a screen. And the same thing happens, I think, with instructors looking at students. There's an element of lost personhood when all you see is a name on a screen. So I'm making a videotaped introduction. You will also have to upload a video as part of an assignment. You can read about that in your syllabus. So I want to talk about the syllabus now. I hope you'll read it and pay attention to it. One of your first quizzes, in fact, will have a question or two on the syllabus, so please pay attention to that. If you look at the course objectives, you'll see that bullet point number 2 indicates that this class takes a scientific approach, and this is an important thing I want to talk about kind of briefly. So let me give you an example. We talked about online versus in-person classes. And I said that there was a gap there. Now, certainly you could find some people who would disagree with that, who like in-person classes, or who like online classes relative to in-person. But what a scientific approach does is, what we're looking for is broad and general trends. We're taking an unbiased approach, and we want to look at these questions through the lens of science, which means listening to what the data say. And if we look at the GPA, we look at average grade, we see a gap. That's what I'm talking about by taking a scientific approach. We look at what the data say and we listen to the data. So motivation. This is an important topic in managing organizations and people. How do you motivate people? There are a million opinions. What we'll do is we will take a scientific approach. We will listen to what the data say about motivating people. And I think that's the best way to come to some solid conclusions about motivation and the other topics that we'll discuss in this class. So I want to transition to the books. There are 3 books. The first one that you will read is The Curmudgeon's Guide to Getting Ahead. Your first quiz in this class will be largely on The Curmudgeon's Guide to Getting Ahead. The reason that book comes first is that the author pays a lot of attention to language and writing as it relates to careers. I've seen that students do not write as well as they think they do. Students will go into write a paper mode, and they start throwing out a bunch of words that they have no business using because they don't understand them. One of the things I like about The Curmudgeon's Guide to Getting Ahead is he talks about the importance of accuracy in language. And so you will do a good bit of writing in this class, and I put that book up front because I want you to think about the process of writing and word choice when you're writing your papers. The other books, Give and Take and Crucial Conversations, those are not just good books, they're important books. They are books that will probably stay with you for a long time. They are good books. So those are books. The main work that you will do in this class is not the books or the presentation. It's the weekly readings. There are weekly readings that have quizzes associated with them and a summary and analysis paper. Read the syllabus. That will give you the information that you need on those. Next, I want to talk about the presentations on top business people. So you have a lot of flexibility in how you can fulfill this assignment, but the idea is upload something on Canvas similar to what I'm doing here and talk about a top business person. Again, if you read the syllabus, I outline the kinds of things that I want from you in that assignment. Last, if you're looking at the syllabus, well, let me back up and say your presentations on top business people, I will solicit student feedback. So without fail, there's a lot of variability in the quality of student work, right? And so one thing that I will do is ask you to evaluate the video uploads that your fellow students will do. And that will be part of the grade that you get on that assignment. So I will ask you both for a video and for consistent feedback on the videos that other people have submitted. So the last thing is research paper. That's a relatively small part of your grade, but that will be due the very last week of the semester. And I think that's basically the syllabus. Obviously, there's a lot of work in this class. They're kind of there are two approaches to a class being enjoyable. One is to ask nothing of students and give them a good grade, and students tend to like that. The other thing is to ask a lot of students and for them to actually get something out of the class. I've gone with the latter approach. If you put the effort and time in, I really think that this class will be useful for you. I put a lot of time and a lot of work into organizing and bringing together the information that we use in this class. I think you'll get a lot out of it. So please kind of trust me, put some effort in, and I think you'll get something out of this class. Last thing I just want to say, you are paying me to teach this class, so I'm available to answer questions and to be useful and helpful to you. That's part of the contract. So good luck this semester.